You can go retweet Satoshi Heavy's thing he just put out too.
What's up, guys? Can everybody hear us? Hey, who's watching TV? Can you turn your TV down?
Not it.
Juan, can you hear us, buddy?
Can you mute that? Sorry, that's my wife. I'm telling her to mute it.
Nobody's saying if they can hear us yet. Loud and clear. There we go. I think there's a little bit of a delay here, so their answers are a little bit behind.
What?
We're going to get started here real quick. Hey, one of you guys talk that's on the phone here, and I'll see if I need to turn the volume up. Yeah, you three that are also on here.
This is Gooner over here. How's it going? Yeah, it's just a little delayed.
Yeah. All right. So, get my screen a little more organized here, but we should be ready to go. I will pull up
Hopefully
my
get a few more
screen.
people pile in.
How many are watching? 13 watching right now?
16.
Oh, cool. Mine still says 8.
There we go. Alright, now we're getting started.
What's up, guys? Still shows 15 on mine, so I'm going to minimize that so I can see what I'm doing. I figure we'll start off with the airdrops first, huh?
Let's do it.
You guys ready? Y'all ready to announce who got the most referrals?
Definitely ready for this. I'm definitely ready for this. Hope you guys are ready.
For
I'm
sure.
excited for this. Sure.
Get back to our members here.
Yeah, we got like 109 members, something like that now. So it's been awesome so far. I've got everybody in here on the random name picker, so that's how we'll pick the second two airdrops. But the member who referred the most people is going to get $60 today. We'll just airdrop your favorite coin to you. And then the other two members will be picked at random by the random name picker. They'll each get $40. So it's almost 2 months free. The most referrals is going to get more than that. So we ready? Congratulations. I don't think he's on. Congratulations to Crypto Steez for the most referrals.
Hey, good job, buddy.
Appreciate that. We really do. We really appreciate it. Without you guys, this wouldn't be possible. None of this would be possible.
Good job, Steve.
Yep, he's been sharing some charts. Hopefully, if we do move to Discord, which you guys can talk about Discord over here in the chat, let us know your thoughts. If we did move to Discord, we would have a members chart section where it's just strictly for members to share their charts. So if you guys think it's a good idea to move over there, let us know. I know Satoshi Heavy is all for it. I personally think it would be best to move over there just for the needs of the group. But we're kind of up in the air on it and haven't gotten as many votes as we were hoping.
Yeah, I'm definitely all for Discord. It's way easier to manage. It's less clutter. Our members will be able to better see what they want to see quicker, not be in a total maze of things.
Is that Heavy talking?
Yeah,
Yes,
I agree.
I don't know everybody's
I
voice
don't like
yet.
Discord as much, but I think it makes more sense.
You know what's funny?
Sections you can have in there.
You know what the complaints I've had about Discord are? You can't post GIFs. People don't want to move to Discord because they want to keep GIFing us.
Oh my gosh.
GIF.
funny.
Look, his Telegram name has GIF in it. GIF Fadern.
We could still have we would still have the public Telegram.
Yeah, we'll have that for sure.
Yeah. True, they can always share GIFs over there. No shade, Eric. No shade. Eric was one of the ones that mentioned it too. All right, I'm gonna pick the first random name.
Yeah,
1, 2,
let's
3.
do it.
All right, I'm clicking. And the first winner of $40 is Dr. Gru. I haven't seen him as much as what he was in the beginning. I know he's still around.
Dr. Gru.
I definitely have not seen him whatsoever.
Congrats.
Sir.
You have to DM Sean your favorite coin, and he'll airdrop it to you.
Yeah, so we'll take care of that a little later. All right, I'm going to do one more. Last airdrop for this week. We're going to do, hopefully we'll do 3 more airdrops in 2 weeks. It depends. Keep sharing the group. We're going to keep airdropping money to you guys. But this will be the 3rd one today. And the final winner.
Hopefully get bigger.
Yeah, they'll get bigger and bigger as we get more people. And more people will earn each week.
Drum roll.
Yep.
The last winner is Blaz Poljanik. All right. Blaz has been in the group a while too.
Nice.
So 2 early adopters, actually. I say early
Congrats,
adopters.
Blaz.
We're talking about the earliest of the earliest. We've only been in this for 10 days now. Cool. That's it for the giveaways. Do you guys have any charts you want to talk about today? I'm going to cover some Bitcoin stuff. What about you other admins? Do you have any charts you want to look at? I can pull them up on the computer.
Yeah. I know there were some questions about exactly how I was playing Ethereum right now.
Yeah. Let me see if I can pull up the Telegram and get your chart. So here's your most recent chart. I wish I could zoom in on the picture better. Yeah, this should be better. Here we go. I'm going to take my face off of here, guys. Get it off of the picture.
Okay, let me try to get this all. Okay. So, I hope she's in here, the lady who was asking about this. I really do. On exactly how I was playing this. Well, essentially, I'm assuming we're gonna have to. We have a large 4-hour gap that I feel like needs to be filled, and so right now I'm not taking any long positions because your long positions you should be taking would have been taken previously, yesterday or the day before.
Like down
So
here.
all I'm looking for is weakness right now to really short this. I think this is a wave 3 in a bigger ABC for Ethereum, and I'm gonna look for weakness. Right now we're if you look at the H1 chart, you do see some bearishness, some bearish divergence forming, but it's not too significant, so you can't really play it, especially since we're still trending in this up channel.
Yeah, I don't even see it.
In order to sustain a really good short position, we want to break down beneath this obvious uptrend channel you see. You could also take a position like I did towards the bouncing top, but that's obviously a little bit more risky as we haven't broken out anywhere.
Heavy, are you able to see the screen?
That looks like a rising wedge to me.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I'm seeing. And right now we're waiting for the breakdown.
So
Easy short scalp.
So kind of what heavy, I think, is trying to say is just like this. 3 might be done, and we're in a 4.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm looking for.
Yeah, and so this is actually the exact same count that I have on Bitcoin right now as well. And so we got one more push up, and then we're going to have a fall down.
Yep. That's exactly what I'm looking for, and I'm looking to scalp this wave 3 into the wave 4 bottom right now. I think we might have completed the A wave and then the B wave with that big bounce right there. We might not get a very far push down for the wave 4, since we are kind of sitting atop all this heavy support right here. So we might not get a heavy retracement in this wave 4. So really keep an eye on stochastics and levels to hold as stochastics reset, especially the H4 and H1, as that's what's carrying us right now.
So you're looking at a target kind of around like 420-ish?
I'm looking for my scalp short to close where wave 4 I assume to end, and when we will begin wave 5 back up, I'm assuming will be between 445 as the high end, and then the low end at 440.
Okay, gotcha. So you're talking about a tiny scalp here.
Yep.
Oh, gotcha. You're talking about, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong thing. So he's talking about from the top of 3 here to 4. This is I barely even think on this kind of time frame. This is going to be a tiny scalp here. But if you scalp this position, I mean, even from where it is right now, if it hits 445, you're looking at 1.5%. If it gets to 440, you're looking at 2.5% profit. And then we have a small bounce up. Personally, I'm looking at entering.
This is a professional style trade, as we're obviously in a more of an uptrend in general.
Yeah.
But so it will be tight stops, obviously be used, and that will be our target range. And obviously this will be margin traders only. But I'm fairly confident in this, as I see bearishness and it's like a rising wedge like everybody's saying. And if you really want to confirm that, wait for the breakdown. Draw you see that obvious uptrend channel. Draw that trend line and just wait for a high volume breakdown and just go with that. Enter on the volume. And then we'll close out here in wave 4, and then look for stochastics to hold and reset while price holds and consolidates in that zone. And that will confirm that we'll have another wave 5 push upwards, and then you can enter for a long in that zone. Or for a safer entry, you could wait for a break upon about, let's say, I like 450 to 250 is what I like for a safe long break for a 5 scalp. Now this is 2 different trade scenarios, 2 different setups we'll be playing and trying to play the next few days. So try not to get too confused. If you have any questions on going over this, feel free to question on anything. One-on-one questions. I only have one person giving me any one-on-one question on Telegram. You can message me personally. Not just within the group chat. It gets messy in the group chat, so feel free to message me personally. Even on Twitter, just tell me, hey, I'm in your premium. Tell me what your name is in premium, and I'll be happy to answer any questions you want to throw at me. But yeah, this is what I'm trying to play for the short term.
Do you have a target for 5 yet?
Yes.
Like 455 or higher?
Yeah, right now it's about. It all depends where 4 lands right now. It all depends where 4 lands, but.
Right, absolutely.
455 is my low side, and my high side is all the way to 460.
Yeah, that's what I'm pulling up to. So I've pretty much just replicated what he's looking at. and I found the bearish divergence he's talking about. So when it comes to Elliott waves, you'll often see the bearish divergence form on this wave 3, 4, and 5. This wave 3 peak is higher on the RSI than the 5 peak is. So that's bearish divergence right there. Leads to wave 4. And then we'll see the bearish divergence form on higher time frames on this larger wave 3, 4, 5. You'll see the divergence here to here, which even right now you can see the bearish divergence already. So we'll do something like this.
Yep. In the overall trend, it looks like that.
Yeah. Let me pull up the Bitcoin chart that I just published a few minutes ago. I've gotten some
drop from our members. So, like, even though they're
talking to his wife over there. So I just published this one on TradingView a few minutes ago, and I've had a couple questions on TradingView. I actually invited them to come watch our live stream. But this has been my overall count for Bitcoin for a while now. I already published this before. Juan asked me earlier if it's okay for wave 5 to be longer than wave 3. I've got this in log scale. If I turn the log scale off, it becomes more clear that wave 3 is actually a little bit longer than wave 5. And you can measure it if we take the top of wave 2 to the bottom of wave 3. A 1-to-1 of wave 3 would be $4,000. We don't want to see that, and I don't think we will. If we see a 1-to-1 of wave 1 from the top of wave 4, we are talking about a $4,800 Bitcoin. It's possible. I'm projecting somewhere in this range is very possible. It's kind of scary, but honestly, I think about the opportunities, first of all, that I have shorting it, and second of all, buying alts back afterwards.
Oh, that'd be gold mine right there.
Yeah. But people ask me, well, sure, you've got an Elliott wave count. How do we know that's the right count? And how do we know where it's going to keep going down? Well, we've got a ton of hidden bearish divergence here. I'm on a 12-hour chart, and you've got this peak here, but every peak after that, we see a higher high on RSI and a lower low. Yeah, this is terrible. So we've got one exception here. We had the one exception form right there. But even still, we've got hidden bearish divergence from here into here. This is kind of an exaggerated hidden bearish divergence.
That's awful.
So overall, I feel really bearish still, and this really confirmed it for me. It's been a while since I've looked at the 12-hour chart or the daily chart, so today was the first time I even noticed that. But it really confirms my thoughts. I'm going to go down to a smaller time frame here and look at the current activity. And then after we finish this, we'll look at some alts for you guys.
All right, Gooner's out. I got to go to dinner with the in-laws.
All right.
Everyone, good job.
All right,
Yeah, thanks for joining on, Gooner.
Updates in the morning on Bitcoin and XRP, and try to get a couple other coins too.
Perfect. All right, sir. Appreciate you.
See you good.
All right, so this is my Bitcoin chart right now, and I posted the flat like 3 days ago. We've been working on this thing this whole time.
I got dinner too, but I'll be updating odds afterwards.
Cool. Cool. Well, we're going to chart some alts, but we can have specific questions for Robert or Crypto Warrior later on too. I got like an hour and a half left for you guys. If you guys actually have that many questions, I'll stay on for a while. And I think
totally free too. So
cool.
Here.
Perfect. So for me on Bitcoin, if we look at the same ABC that we were just talking about over on Ethereum, we can take an extension to get our target. and I'd expect to get a 1.618 extension on the high side, which means that we could reach up here to the 65.50 mark. I doubt it based on the activity in here. So let's move this off. I'm going to try to keep it about where it is. And we can do the same thing for the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of C. And you see the 1618 is at the 6400 mark. 6420 to 6450 is my target for shorts now. So yeah, this was my initial target 2 or 3 days ago. And watching the price action, I revised it, and that was my fault. I should have just kept it where it was. But this looks, again, we've got that bearish divergence forming. We've got a completion of a flat correction here, and a couple people have mentioned, hey, it looks like a rising wedge, which you guys know breaks bearish. Now, in an Elliott wave count, it's really not a rising wedge, but when other traders that don't use Elliott wave are recognizing this as a rising wedge, that's how they're going to trade it. So we got to keep that in mind too. Feel free to jump in with anything. I know I'm talking a lot.
No, you're doing fine, man. You're saying everything I'm saying.
So Juan wants to see ICX.
ICX.
Yeah, I'll pull it up. Chris mentioned, why is Satoshi heavy in ETH? Why do you like ETH? I know the answer to that. I think, why do you like ETH? I've never asked you that question, but I bet I know the answer to that.
Ethereum?
Yeah. Why do you play ETH?
Because the volatility of Bitcoin is far less than Ethereum, but Ethereum's volatility is still not as crazy and hectic as EOS is, so you're less likely to get chopped up in a mess. So it's very easy to trade, in my opinion.
I'd have to agree. I'm going to start playing Monero more, XMR on Kraken.
Yeah, I like Kraken too, because you're able to set up a stop loss as well
yes,
as
that's great. Because you can take profit.
I love about it.
As long as you're in a leveraged position, you can put a stop loss or a profit-taking spot on Kraken. Now, if you just buy into the coin, you can't. But if you're leveraging one of the four that we've talked about, Ethereum Classic, Ethereum, Monero, or Bitcoin, you can do both. But I'm going to start doing Monero more just because of that. I was playing with Ethereum Classic for a while, but I don't want to short Ethereum Classic with the Coinbase listing coming out.
No, yeah, that's kind of scary. You're right. You never know.
ICX, I see some bullish divergence here. I'm on a 4-hour chart.
Are you on Binance Bitcoin or Binance Tether?
Binance. No, it's Bitcoin. Hey Juan, let me know. Do you want to see ICX Bitcoin or ICX dollar? I'm going to start with this Bitcoin for right now, since
yeah, I'm going Bitcoin.
So I'm already here. I'm going to go out to a larger time frame and put a fib on the whole move. He says USD. I'll go ahead and switch over.
Smart man, smart man. Yeah, I try not to trade Bitcoin pairs right now.
Yeah, I don't at all. Confident. Completely agree with that. What we're seeing is most of these US dollar pairs are following Bitcoin completely. They just move at a higher percentage. This thing's already past 100% retrace. No, it's not. I take that back.
Oh, well, on this,
it's really close. I'm looking at the USD calculated by TradingView. And it's, good God.
Okay.
I mean, it's well past. It's well past the 882 retrace already.
Yeah, ICX was one of the worst performing ones in the bull run.
Yeah. And I actually like that coin. That's the problem. The best coins, the coins that are best for the long term,
Actually good. Yep.
they don't
you're
pump
right.
as much. But I see 4 instances of bullish divergence on a daily chart here. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Yep. 4
Yeah,
instances.
right there. Nothing happened. Nothing happened.
No.
Absolutely no reaction to it.
So maybe we're still waiting for a pop here. It could be really close to a jump.
I'm gonna change this over to like a.
3-day has an instance of bullish divergence. ICX, it may not be ready to pop right now, but man, this thing's got to pop at some point.
Yeah, and it's so cheap. So cheap.
But it looks like it has the same ABC that Ethereum and Bitcoin do in the current move. So you might be able to catch this, but I'd watch out for it to fall.
And if it was me, I wouldn't. Yeah, I just wouldn't long any of this until some key trend lines and resistances are broken, just to ensure that I'm not going to get stuck on the downside.
Yeah. So right now,
I would honestly wait till the very. See this very first. Go to the very first candle. The last like 10% of it is where I would.
Yeah.
Like,
I gotta switch
honestly.
back here. Are you looking on a daily chart?
Yeah, way down here, like a. Yeah, on a daily
Like
chart.
almost $1.
Yeah,
It is. It's the low on that was 99 cents. That would be an incredible buy
I
into
think we're
this.
heading.
Yeah.
That's what I think. Honestly.
And what kind of drop is that? That would be from current prices. That would be a 27% drop. I mean, it could go lower than that.
Yeah, if that's not the bottom, it could go to 0.
Yeah. I mean, it could easily go 50 cents. If Bitcoin goes all the way down below $5,000, it could happen.
Oh, definitely.
But still, I see this bullish divergence forming. You might be able to catch a jump here. Just be aware that it does have some of the same counts here as what Bitcoin does, and we are expecting a drop from Bitcoin. But what about hidden bearish divergence? Do we have hidden bearish divergence forming here? So, hidden bearish divergence, you have to take the tops. And we've got lower highs here. And we've got a higher high here on the indicator. And a higher high over here to this one. So it skips this one, but you got it here and you've got it here. So that would suggest that we do have continued downtrend here. So if you're playing this one, I would say just for a short term. Raise a game. I think that's Twitch. If you shift and left click, you can see how many percent it's moved. I've never done that. Oh, hey. So I can take that off of my. If I just hit shift left click, it pulls up the percent in time deal.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So I can take that off of my favorites bar now. They just take up room on my favorites bar. Thanks, Twitch.
That's amazing.
That's one of those gamer moves. I don't have those gamer moves. All right, so TRX. I mean, ICX. I think we've got a small amount of up left with this Bitcoin move, and then we're moving down. And we could see dollar ICX, and that would be a great
Honestly,
value.
I'm waiting for ICX to hit, drop below the swing low, this low. Honestly, before I'm buying anything in ICX. Honestly.
Yeah, but it could be a good long-term hold. I mean, you see the high got up to what?
I yeah, I think ICX is very similar to what Bitcoin's
Wow.
playing out. You almost could easily count this on a
Yeah,
daily count.
yeah, it looks very similar. If you go all the way to the top, it got to like 12.93. If you got ICX at $1 and held it to $12, that's going to be one of the best deals in crypto.
Ever.
That's 12x. Somebody asked for TRX BTC. There's a lot of
EPT?
Tron against the Bitcoin.
Oh.
A lot of people like this coin.
Yeah, they do.
Warrior hates it, but I like it because it can make you money.
Yeah, it makes you money, yeah, I agree.
I'm starting on the 12-hour again. I see some bullish divergence here. Bullish divergence, guys, it indicates reversals, but like just one case of bullish divergence could be a temporary reversal. And if another case of bullish divergence forms, we'd be looking for another temporary reversal until we get that final reversal. So we want to catch the bottom using these reversals, but it may not be the full jump. Yeah, he also, Twitch was saying that I can change the coin by writing over the chart. I know that one, but I never use it. I don't know why. Tron, it hasn't done a full 100% retrace, but ICX, we can't really see the full history of ICX because it wasn't listed anywhere that's chartable. See, Tron hasn't even done a 786 retracement yet. It did back here, but it came back up. In most of the coins, you're seeing them near this 882 retracement right now.
So I'll expect this to be the same then.
It's a little higher. It's just over the 786. I don't see the hidden bearish divergence. And I see one case of bullish divergence. But this thing, one thing I don't like is how much this has moved. Your RSI has pumped right here, where your price is just up a small amount. So if this goes much higher, it's going to form a higher high on RSI. Like it could come up to here and then come back down. And the price will make a low. And that would be bearish, hidden bearish divergence. We haven't talked as much about hidden bearish because we've been talking about reversals. And hidden bearish happens in continuation.
Someone asked me to make a video on hidden today, and I need to get to that after I finish up a few things around.
Yeah, I've been meaning to do an RSI video too, but if you want to put one together, that'd be great. I talk about it all the time, but
yeah, there's the psychology behind it. I guess would help. It definitely does help because once I understood the psychology of why it formed, it definitely helped made my trades a lot more confident. My entries a lot more confident, understanding it.
Chris asks, how can I make money in crypto without knowing Elliott waves? What tips you got?
To be honest, I use Elliott waves the least, Chris. So if that helps you, and to be honest, the only reason I use Elliott waves is to confirm that this trade I'm about to take is pretty safe in this trade. It's like a backup. I'll tell you that all you need to understand is resistances, supports, MAs, and trend lines, and divergences and convergences. That's all you need to know. I know it seems like a lot, but it really is not.
So
A lot of,
I barely use the moving averages at all. I have EMAs on my chart, but I don't even use these things. I rarely have them turned on. But what I do use a ton of is fibs. The, bless you. The fibs are so important in divergence. It doesn't have to be RSI. If you don't like RSI, then use a different indicator.
OBV is another good one.
And I've never really used OBV. I should probably start putting it on my chart just so I can start showing people how to use it.
Oh, and by the way, I have a custom MA script. If anybody wants to use it, just DM me. It has a 8 moving average at 13, 21, 55, 100, and 200, all in one indicator. So if you're a free user,
Yeah.
I can share it with you, and you can use it all in one. So you don't have to use like 4 indicators using MAs. I know a lot of new people like MAs because it's a very simple way to trade, which it is.
Yeah, but if you're putting 3 moving averages on your chart, then you're already taking up most of your free indicators you're allowed to use. So that'd definitely be good if you can send that over. Can you talk about using OBV a little bit?
OBV is pretty similar in the sense of how it, what you look for in divergences and stuff. It looks very similar in how it reacts, but what it does is measuring volume instead of strength in a sense. So usually the theory behind OBV is volume precedes price action. So if the volume is strong and the price is stagnant, you assume that price action to move violently in the direction of the trend. Does that make sense? So like, say if you have a falling price action, but you have a higher high on OBV, which makes a bullishly diverging play setup. The theory behind it is that there is more volume now, and a stronger volume now than there was before at a lower price. Therefore, there's a better chance of it breaking through the ceiling. But you play it and you use it just like you use RSI.
Yeah.
Just like you use RSI. It's nothing different. It's always
So
another oscillator. Not oscillator. Not the word for these.
indicator. I don't. It's not an overlay. I just call it indicator.
Indicator, yeah.
So you can see here the OBV got the weakest in like April, right in here, and then the OBV got really strong. But if you look, and I'm on a 12-hour chart, if you look here, OBV made a lower low, or excuse me, a lower high, and a higher high on price, which is bearish, and we saw this big drop since then. OBV doesn't move quite as much as what you see the RSI do, which is one of the reasons I don't really use it.
No, yeah, that's a big reason too. It's hard to notice things.
Yeah.
A lot of people like using the CCI too.
Yeah, CCI. I have not really used it, but I've heard good things about it. So here we've got the OBV increasing, which the RSI is also increasing, and the price is just staying the same. So it doesn't necessarily need to, we don't need to have a lower high. This could be considered what some have called exaggerated bearish divergence. And it's kind of hard to say. It's exaggerated hidden bearish divergence. And this could suggest trend continuation downward too, and we've got that reflected on the OBV too. But if we're talking about my hidden bearish divergence that I'm talking about on the RSI, you don't really see that on the OBV except for in this most recent exaggerated scenario. Exaggerated is kind of a funny way to explain that. And Rick Bragger Beats asks, do you prefer stock or RSI and why? You use RSI too, right?
Yeah, I use RSI heavily. I use RSI and stochastic RSI heavily.
I really don't use the stochastic. Uh, what do you like one over the other, and what do you like about your stoke that's different from
I
the
don't
regular?
I don't like one over the other. They both tell me a story in themselves. They both help me do their own thing. What I use both to find divergences, but I use RSI, the regular RSI, to find hidden divergences and stuff. And then what I use the stochastic for is um, signifying strength of a level, of a support or trend, if that makes sense. And you see me saying a lot. Watch for price to settle here while stochastic totally bottoms out and resets itself. That's if if price and stochastic move upwards at the same time and they reach the apex at the same time and they both start coming down at the same time, but then price halts at a support, but stochastic still keeps going down, that signifies strength and interest in that price level, and therefore I'm going to buy into it because now that the stochastic is totally bottomed out and price is now sustained a higher high, a higher low on it, now that we have potential for another higher high. So that's what I use stochastics for. And
See,
it's actually one of the better tools in my opinion.
yeah, you can kind of see what you're talking about. I'm on the Bitcoin chart, 12-hour.
It's more of the H1 and H4
Yeah.
chart type of play.
Let me see. See if I can find a spot where that happened.
Or like say if in the opposite, say right now I use it in the opposite direction too. So if price is stochastic is really high and price made a higher lower high, then that signifies bearishness. Like right there, like this 240, like this is bearish as hell. See how high stochastic is in the 4-hour?
Yeah, where we
There's
are
not
right
much
now.
room to go higher.
And
But price
that's,
didn't go very high.
did I just lose you?
So that's telling me that there's weakness in this level. There's not interest in this level.
And we're also making a lower high on price here, even though we're making a higher high on the stochastic indicator. So that would be our hidden bearish divergence again.
Yep.
Which indicates a continued downtrend. There's so many
Use
things.
stochastic.
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
you can use stochastic for divergences and stuff too.
Yeah.
It's just not a lot of people do because how sensitive it is. But stochastic is definitely one of my favorite tools. That little trick I use is I like a lot. It's definitely helped me. But by far my favorite tool still to this day is trend lines.
Yeah.
How funny that is. People always
Uh,
make fun of me. Just drawing trend lines, waiting for the breakout, and
it
waiting
was
for the retest.
it was Steez who posted on Twitter that he had 12 years of school and 4 years of college, and all he needed to know was how to draw a line. And,
Well, yeah, that's literally what I tell people every day when people talk to me like, "Hey, how do you do it?" I'm like honestly, you just have to learn how to control your emotions and draw 2 points on a line.
yep.
Read some action. That's literally what I tell them.
And
That's all it is. And
you,
then all the other indicators and stuff are just reinforcement to what I'm already seeing on the chart.
yeah. Well, for me, I use the Elliott waves, but really to tell me more how much further we have to go. It's not a specific next play. You see Heavy do a lot of scalp calls because he can use those trend lines and stuff to call the next move. But I would challenge him to say, hey, what's going to be the true bottom of Ethereum? And I doubt that he can really find that using trend lines, but he can keep finding new trend lines and new information to find the next move pretty easy.
Yeah, that's essentially what it is. That's essentially what trendline, the strategy is, not in essence to find the ultimate bottom, but if you're playing like daily trades and like I
Yeah.
am, you definitely could signify very easily which way the price is heading for easy scalps and trend and plays. But how I do signify tops and bottoms is exactly like I use Elliott wave. That's how I signify like exact tops and bottoms. That's how I got my first target when we reached it earlier. I know it's surpassed. It's gonna get surpassed if things play out, but that's how I got my first target. That was a 1.238 extension of an A wave
Right.
for a C leg, which is a flat, like you say, a flat extension. And
Let me put a.
that's where I got that target range from, and that's where I get a lot of my bottoms and tops from.
Yep.
Is using Elliott wave and Fibonacci extension, and this the
Yes.
most fluency I get in that area, the better and more likely I am to call it my stop zone.
It literally kissed that 1272 fib extension. If you look at
Yeah.
A to B.
Yep.
Now, I don't think that we're done here. I mean, we've already talked about
No,
this
me neither.
previously, where we're in a 4 now,
Yep.
with 5 left to put in, and we'd be looking for it. Could double top at that 1272, but more likely it would go ahead and continue to the 1618 ish
Yep.
range.
That's what I'm going for too. But that's how I got my target. I had
Yeah.
that, and then I had a downward sloping line, and then also a horizontal confluence zone, as well as a very Fibonacci confluence zone as well on
Right.
the 12-hour chart.
If we do a retrace of this whole thing here from the top to the bottom, missed it. You're probably what, a 0.5 retrace, if I had to guess. 457 is a 0.5, so it's almost at a 0.618 if we get to the 463 range. Which that's actually pretty common for an Elliott wave 1 and 2.
Yep.
That's why they call it the golden pocket.
And that's where I'm saying that's the daily pivot too for Ethereum. That
So,
level, that top side
yeah.
here.
So Twitch sent a Twitter link. Somebody says ETH looks really nice on the US dollar chart. A bit of a short squeeze today, coming out of a small diamond bottom to break up over the diagonal trend, similar to Bitcoin. 4 legs down, with the 4th leg starting a reversal pattern, yet even failing to make a lower low in this case. Okay. I have no idea what they're actually counting here. They're counting 1, 2, 3, 4.
4 legs down.
Do you see the tweet?
First of all, Ethereum is not in a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pattern whatsoever. It's in a WXYX pattern, in my opinion. There's no way you can count that first thing as a 5-wave structure. There's no fucking way. No. I'm sorry for my language. There's no way.
Is this the very top on ETH? No, it's not, is it? This is the second top, right?
Yeah, that was the second. That was the April top, right? Of 844 or something like that.
Yeah. Mayish. Yeah, this is. I see how it'd definitely be hard to count as a 5 count. 1, 2.
Yeah.
That wouldn't work. But yeah, so he's not even trying to count Elliott waves though. He's calling what he's calling. He's counting what he's calling wedges, which this isn't even a relevant wedge. He completely ignored the bottom here, but he's counting the bottom here and he's counting the bottom over here. And then he called this a diamond bottom. And what all this is to me is wave 4 and 5 down, followed by a 1, 2, 3 up. So, I mean, could it play out? Sure. I did not see this as relevant right now, though.
And then you got to take everybody's trend lines with a grain of salt.
Yeah. And the trend lines are different. He's on a log chart here.
A log?
Yeah. The trend lines are
Log?
different from log to
Linear.
linear. Because if you look at my Bitcoin, oops, I went to 1 hour instead of a 1 day. If you look at my Bitcoin chart, I've got this trend line that hits the very top and this top here. But if I switch it to log, you can see it hits the very top, it hits the second top, it hits the third top. But on a linear chart, it missed that. So the trend lines are going to be different, drawn on different scales. So you need to keep that in mind too. You can see how much it moves.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
I've been doing a lot on the log chart recently just because I like to have this line on here. But when you're counting the Elliott waves, it's actually a lot easier to count on a linear chart because you can see the length of the waves better.
I agree.
All right, that's all the questions I'm getting. Anything specific you want to talk about, Evan?
No, sir. I think we're pretty good.
How many
Hopefully,
viewers do
we get everybody on board with Discord. That's the biggest thing for me, honestly.
Yeah, nobody even mentioned Discord. I was hoping somebody would bring up Discord, but nobody talked about it. I've only got.
Really like it.
I'm only showing 17 people. Yeah, I agree. And we can, if we go to Discord, we can have different rooms. We can have an ETH room, we can have a Bitcoin room, we can have a gems room and an alts room, things like that. So I do think it'd be better myself. Fern is asking for EOS. EOS, I've already got an EOS chart up. Hold on, I'll pull it over. So I've got Ethereum Classic and EOS both here. This is what I had drawn yesterday. It was, I don't even know what day of the week it is. It was Friday night when I was in bed. I drew this triangle. And then Saturday I charted it out a little bit better. And as you can see, we broke out of the triangle. But my 4 was up here the whole time. It was at the 7.4 was my target. And now it looks like we're going to go higher. If we take a retrace of this wave 3, I think the 4 is for EOS is going to end up at the 777 range. And we didn't fill out a triangle here. What we did was a flat, just like Bitcoin. It's going to be the ABC flat. A, B, C. And after the 4, we're going to head down for 5. No, that's incorrect. That's not how I'm counting it any longer, which actually means my fib is wrong. So this is 3, 4, 5. So I have to take the fib of the entire move from wave 1 all the way down to wave 5, which actually gives us a 7.66382 retrace. That makes sense. We could extend this to this 766. It could possibly go up to $8, but I highly doubt it. Let's do an extension of the A to the B. And you've got your 1618 right there at the 776 range. So this is my target right here. And after this, we're going to head down. And because I've changed my count, I'm expecting a deeper move. Don't buy in at these levels anymore. You could short from here if you're a margin trader, but my new targets for the EOS downside, we could get to $5 and lower pretty easily. I mean, we could get all the way down to $4 on EOS. That would just be sick. But I guarantee you I can find hidden bearish divergence on this chart too. It's not too bad. This is just a little peak here. I would rather, if it came from this peak, it would be more bearish. Easty plays, you are late to the party. We're almost done.
I'm really late.
Yeah, Twitch. Laddering EOS shorts up to $8 would make sense. I doubt we get to $8, but it's possible. Elle says she likes Slack over Discord, but Discord is more widely used. I haven't researched Slack for this kind of platform.
I've never used Slack ever.
I've used it, but not for like the rooms that we're looking for. I'll take a look at that and see if it makes any sense.
I know Discord is very light on your devices, so you can download it on devices that take a lot of memory.
Right.
And it's just.
Yeah, I know Slack has an app too. I haven't really used it. I really like this EOS count though, honestly. Hold on, I'm going to count EOS one more way on a bigger scale and see if my targets change. But you can see, I'm going to turn on my drawing here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gives us a larger scale. 1, 2, 3, 4 is almost in, and 5 would be coming down. So I got to take my. And if we take a fib extension of wave 1 to the top of wave 2, oh god, that's not going to happen. It goes down to like 267 that way. Okay, we're probably not going to reach that, but this count may not be accurate. I don't know. It wasn't that long ago that it was there, huh? I guess they had their mainnet come out. That really caused this launch here. So we are kind of retracing the whole move. I may be more bearish on EOS than I am on anything else. That would be an 882 retrace, which all of these coins have done 882 retracements. But since this is the top, that's probably not the right count. Hold on, watch this. Okay, so after the 5 waves up, we've probably got an ABC here, and we're putting in C.
Yep. So I'm thinking an extended B leg.
Can't tell exactly if this is 3, and we're about to put in 5, perhaps. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then take that wave off because I drew it so messy and quick. We still, even if that's a 3, we didn't get it to a 1-to-1 extension. But because the EOS moves so fast, while Bitcoin is moving, EOS could make it could finish 3, make a 4, and then do a 5. And that would put us somewhere in this range, 378 or lower. It could also be a WXYXZ itself. Twitch asked about the ETF and the SEC. Man, I'm not a huge believer in news. When you're in a bull market, you see bullish news that just makes everything fly. But the day before or 2 days before, somebody already predicted that it was going to take that move already, and then the news just fit into the story that was already the technical analysis.
Yeah, I think it seems to be fitting into the grander scheme of things.
Yeah. And I've seen the ETF is obviously pretty big news. I already said in a post previously that they're going to find something that turns the market around, and maybe that's going to be an ETF announced. And here it is, the ETF is coming up. And I actually previously said, hey, July 24th might be our bottom. Now I think it's going to extend out longer than that. But the ETF news, people say, oh, maybe people are going to dump before the ETF is approved so that they can buy once the ETF is ready. That's possible. And
I don't know.
that kind of fits my my projections of my chart already. The meeting is like August 10th or something, August 8th.
Yeah, everything does seem to line up pretty darn perfectly
Yeah.
to that time. Trend lines.
I think we might go a little further in July, but I wouldn't be too surprised to see a strong bounce around that time. And then everybody says, oh, it was because of the ETF. It was because of the ETF. No, it wasn't because of the ETF. If it was because of the ETF, we wouldn't have predicted these levels in the first place.
Exactly.
But they'll always find news to explain it.
No,
It looks like EOS is kind of pumping right now. Am I wrong? Is EOS pumping up?
Someone in our channel said some things are pumping on lower time frames.
Yeah, it's got a small move the last 3 hours, but nothing big. I must have been imagining things.
The ascending Bitcoin just broke out of, not a major breakout, just a small little tuck up. Nothing significant. Probably gonna get some people trapped going long, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's still in the triangle right now. I was kind of wondering if wave 3 was done. I said triangle, it's a wedge. Or if we had one more wave up for wave 3.
Yeah, I felt like there was one more small wave up. That's what I felt like looking at price.
So we could actually hit the top of this wedge, come back down, and then come back up to my target. But you could enter a short here with the stop loss just over the 0.5 retrace. I'd probably do that actually, 6,400. Open my short at 6,400. I'll put my stop loss at 6,500, and I don't think it'll get that high. But we've got the resistance at 6,450. So I don't want to put it too close to that because I could get wicked. But I don't think we're going to get through this very strong at all. Juan, ICX is pumping because you bought into it. I told you to buy in, and you bought into it, and you sent the price soaring.
Yeah, everything pumping right now is nothing significant that I don't think you should be buying into. So just close your eyes if FOMO is creeping in.
Yeah,
Turn off your phone.
I agree. We have a lot of people that are entering positions constantly, and I've quit doing that myself. I prefer to play a little bit slower and take larger positions.
Yeah, me too.
I could scalp this move here from 3 to 4. I probably won't do it, but there is some profit there.
But it's tight.
Yeah. So if you guys want to do that, just make sure you're ready to manage your position, and you stick with tight stop losses.
Oh yeah, trading within the range is always a pro style trade for sure.
Yeah.
The trade he has waiting for at 5 is a medium risk trade that everybody should be taking.
Oh yeah. I mean, at 64.50, my stop loss is still at 65.05, and I'm talking about at minimum. Where's my risk to reward? If I get a short open at 64.50 with my stop at 65.05, minimum I'm talking about a $6,000 target. We'll call it 6,070. You're looking at an almost 8-to-1 risk to reward ratio. There's no reason not to take that trade.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. I'll take that any day of the week.
And here's the thing. If I get stopped out of this, I repeat it again and again and again. If I lose 3 trades once and lose this 1%, whatever it might be, 0.77%, but on that 4th trade I make 6 to 8%, yeah, then you're in profit. Now, I don't typically lose 3 trades in a row, but like this move here, it was confusing. So
yeah, it was confusing at first. It was definitely confusing before things cleared up after.
Yeah. Really, I didn't know 100% until we broke out of the triangle. Then it became clear that it was a flat.
Yeah, honestly, that's not the same way.
But I said the other day, I was like, oh my God, I'm 100% sure this is a flat. And then I backed out on myself. I said, oh, it's actually a triangle. And let me show you why, guys. People ask me why I use Elliott Wave if I use so many different indicators. And then they ask me, well, why isn't this a wave 1?
Oh.
Well, it's an ABC here. You've got A, B, C. I'm going to take everything else off of you. I don't need all this for right now. You got ABC. What am I looking at? Oh my
gosh. Like EO's dumping. Yeah.
Is it?
What? Someone on slow time frames. Get out of there.
Yeah, they're on the 5 minutes. Okay, I'm way too far zoomed in. Even on a 1 hour, I was zoomed in too far. I was looking at the wrong thing. So people are saying, why wasn't this a wave 1? Why don't I think this is a wave 1? No, this isn't it. I was looking at the right thing. And this is a 3-wave move, though. How can this be a wave 1? A wave 1 should be made up of a 5-wave movement, not a 3-wave movement. So within this, you've got 5 waves. And I don't see 5 waves here. It's very clearly 3 moves.
Yep.
I have to put a 5 count on there instead of an ABC. ABC. And if I go down to like 15 minutes or so, there's just no divisible subwaves of this drop here. You could call this ABC, ABC, but like that, there's no 5-wave impulse. So how can this be, unless it's a leading diagonal,
which is extremely rare. That is so rare. That's
And it does
unheard of.
happen. It does happen in a confused market. You can see leading diagonals in a very confused market, but it's still really rare. And we'd be kind of looking at the same targets on that. So if it is a leading diagonal, your top is again in one of these two boxes before it comes down. So I'm going to be shorting from these two boxes because in either the bull or the bear case.
Yeah, regardless of it, if it's a leading diagonal wave 1 or just
The flat correction.
a flag, whatever you want to call it, the target range for the short would be pretty similar too on the breakdown.
Fern, that's a solid question. He asked me, why do I think this is a wave 2 instead of a subwave 4 of 1? I actually had this as a subwave 4, and then I changed it. The very first count I had was what I'm about to show you, where we are in a wave 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is what I had at first, and it hits all the boxes. If you take your extension from the bottom of 1 to the top of 2, we got a 3.618 extension, 2.618 extension on wave 3. It hits perfect. So this fits Elliott wave very well. However, we started forming a triangle in here, and I was like, oh, wait, maybe the wave 5 is not done yet, and we're putting in wave 4. Because triangles show up in the 4th wave, or they show up in an they don't show up in a wave 2. In this scenario, they would only show up in the 4th wave, or they also show up in B waves, which we couldn't have had. So it could have been this, but this flat correction is taking us right to the target of a wave 2, right here at the 6460. So the most likely thing I see right now is that we are, oh, and plus, just look at the time. If we're already putting in 2 days, and it's essentially 3 days, where wave 2 only took 23 hours. So you're talking about 3 times the length, wave 4 being 3 times the length of wave 2. That's pretty uncommon. So I lean towards thinking that we had a small wave 2 and we're putting in a major wave 2 right now. Elle said daily and weekly close is only 2 hours away. So will they just let it climb, which would make the 3rd wave, then dump to 4? It's possible. We're moving so slow, it is possible. Excuse me. I haven't looked at the daily candle. What's it look like? Oh, wow, it's a pump. A strong pump daily candle.
Yeah, the daily looks really strong. It does. It does.
What's the weekly look like? Bearish, bearish, bearish. So we had all these gains and then we just put them away.
Yeah, erased them.
Yep. And we did pump back up a little bit, but this remains a very bearish candle.
Yeah.
Fern says, can you deposit USDT in Kraken? Tell him how long you've been waiting now. Oh, USDT. No, he said USDT. No, you cannot deposit USDT into Kraken. They only have USD trading pairs. But you can send Bitcoin over to Kraken.
I sent USDT to Kraken.
Did you?
Yeah, Tether.
Yeah. I don't ever see any Tether markets.
No, there's not. That's the thing. So it's pointless to do it.
So you can't even sell it once you have it in there?
What you do, you sell it for USD, and then you trade. If you don't, because you have to have a tier 3 account.
Okay.
to get your bank account linked up, if I'm remembering correctly.
I finally submitted my tier 3 verification like 4 days ago, and I haven't heard anything. But Heavy told me he's been waiting for months.
Yeah, I've been waiting for a month too. It's been like 3 months.
Gosh.
I emailed them one time and it didn't get back to me yet.
I guess I'm just going to be filtering money in through Gemini until... What I'm really doing right now, honestly, guys, is I'm adding money to catch this bottom. I'm going to catch this bottom at 5,200 to 4,700, somewhere in there. Because
I haven't added money. I haven't added money into my account in forever, but I was planning to do the same thing.
Yeah. And it's just short term. I'll catch the bottom and I'll move my profits off, or move my principal off after I catch the profits. But I'm getting ready for that play for sure. And I think we've got a couple weeks. Maybe. This is on the weekly where I have my chart all the way out to August 20th, so that would be another month.
The way it looks, time frame wise, is lining up pretty good,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
I say 2 to 6 weeks, we see a pretty significant bottom. Maybe not the bottom, but a pretty significant bottom. All right, I think that's all I got today. Do you have anything else? Hey, if you guys have not gotten on the member website yet, we've moved everything over to the CryptoCurrentlyVIP.com. You can come here and click log in. This will actually move to the other side tomorrow. Oh, and also don't forget, the price is going up tomorrow. It's as of midnight tonight, $35 a month. So if you want to lock in the price at $23 a month, if you're not already a member, you need to do that today. We won't raise the price on you, but tomorrow the price is going up to $35 a month. And you'll have access to the member resources page. I think I can go to my account and not give too much stuff away. But right now we got the Telegram group, so we might be moving over to Discord. We got to finalize that conversation. I'll look at Slack too, Will. And we've got several tabs here that we're going to keep working on. So if you guys have other stuff you want to see on here, just let us know, and we'll work on that. Heavy's going to work on videos. I'm going to work on videos. We'll get links for other websites or other people who have already put videos together that are good. We'll get all that stuff on here so you can get down here and find it.
All for you.
Just want to make sure you're getting what you paid for.
Yep.
Plus a lot more. Really, that's our goal, is to have you paying more. ETH is dumping. 30-minute candle on ETH. Dumping all the way from 452 to 449. That's huge.
Nice. And that's what I was confident in what was going on.
Yep.
I held my position.
I think it's still got a small drop coming ahead. Huh?
That was a nasty 15-minute candle right there.
Yeah.
People got trapped in that fake bullish pennant.
I mean, this is probably just an ABC, so it's 3 probably was done.
It is just an ABC, but
yeah.
People.
Yep.
That's why I'm not a very big pattern trader.
No, I don't like patterns. I like patterns when they fit into my other methods, like when they fit into my Elliott count or something like that.
When they fit into Elliott Wave is the only time I like it too. I'm with you on that.
Perfect. All right, cool. That's it. Well, this is the first time I talked to Heavy, so good chatting with you, Heavy. If you guys have any questions, let us know on Telegram or just hit us up.
Over and out. You guys have a good night.
You do the same. I got to go to a gender reveal for a friend.
Oh, man.
I got to find my YouTube so I can turn the video off. There it is. All right, guys. We'll talk to y'all later.
Nice, yeah.